Hello everybody, this is Dr. ClarkvonHeller, and today we're going to review the ESL Standards TeXes program, and this is Preparation Manual 154 for the English as a Second Language Supplemental. People also refer to it simply as the ESL Endorsement. Why get the ESL Endorsement? Money. In most school districts, a supplemental passing one of the endorsements will automatically gain you more money with the districts. Also, it looks very good on your record if you want to move laterally in your career or if you want to move vertically in your career. And I'm very privileged to provide training to our wonderful teachers in the Region 1 area primarily, which is way down here on the Mexican border. And so today I want to go through just a little bit some of the highlights of this fantastic program. The ESL test has three basic domains, and they're in this booklet. Of course, you can download the booklet free of charge from many sites, especially TEA, Texas Education Agency. And so it's very, very easy. And so I would refer you to page, I think it's page 4. Let's see, let's get on page 4, yeah. On page 4, we're going to see the domains. And I think video makes this backwards, I don't know. So you don't have to worry about reading it here because it's probably backwards. The first domain is language concepts and language acquisition, which is exactly what it sounds like. Language acquisition. Now, language acquisition usually refers to the first language. Of course, ESL technically refers to the second language because it means English as a second language. And so although it means language acquisition here, it also can refer to second language acquisition according to Krashen and Terrell and all these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experts. And this is 25% of the test. The second domain is the ESL instructional assessment. And this is important. It's not hard. Portfolio assessment, giving a test, giving a spelling test, ongoing assessment, informal assessment, anecdotal assessment, making little notes, about how a child is improving in your classroom, looking at the IEP, which is the Individual Education Plan, which has been approved usually by an ARD committee, which means admission, referral, and dismissal. There are a lot of acronyms that you have to know in ESL. And then the third of the domains for this test is Foundations of ESL Education, Cultural Awareness, and Family and Community Involvement. And this is the second most important as far as the number of percentage-wise, or the weightiness. This is 30%. 25% for the first one, 45% for the second one, which is assessment. That's the big one, and instruction. And 30%, of course, for this one. And this one deals, of course, with family, community involvement, the PTO, and the LPAC committee. Of course, parents can come to the LPAC committee meeting. Parents are required to come to the ARD meeting. And so you parents are everything. And remember, the parents are in charge of the education of the students. And so the teachers, they hire the teachers in their places, basically, to provide that training. And so this is it, the three domains. The bilingual test has 6 domains. So aren't you glad you're not taking that one? Okay, that one is very, very extensive. Plus, in the bilingual endorsement, it also has 2 additional tests beyond the gigantic one. This one consists of 80 questions, and it takes 5 hours. It can only be given on computer. I think there might be some provisos for those who, for some reason, cannot work on a computer, but I'm not sure. But it's basically given on computer, and the results are only given by computer also. And so, well, there's always exceptions. I'm sure they can send it through the mail, but most people do not. Now, in this manual, it's going to give not only the domains, it also gives the competencies which come under these domains. And you see, it's really, really wonderful. I recommend that you read every single word in this document, and it's about, I think it's 54 pages long. And this is number 154. Make sure that you download. They're free. You can download them online, or I can send you a copy too if you need me to. It's very, very simple. I have a bunch of them. And so get this booklet. You have to have this booklet. Also, at the end of the booklet is I think there are 40 questions, and each one will show you what competency it is testing. And so that's a wonderful thing to do as well. And so it has the competency under the domains, and of course it's produced by the Pearson Corporation, and they do a fine job. And this is just a sample test, of course, and the good thing is at the end they have the answers. The first time I took this test on my own, honestly, I missed about 14 or 15. I really did. I'm not perfect on this. It's because not because I don't know the content area, because my field is ESL, but the way that questions are asked can be tricky-dicky. So it all depends on how the question is asked, and sometimes I was fooled. But I had enough to pass the test, and so that's the most important thing. And remember, you can take the test 5 times in the state of Texas, and most districts, I think the policy is they will reimburse your money for the last test that you take when you pass it. Of course, most of you are going to pass it on the first time, like I did. Yay! It was great. I've also produced some supplemental materials for you to go along with this, and so I have my own questions as well, and these are being amplified. We only have 15 questions on this sheet, which I can send you if you need it. And of course, I'll supply the answers and the rationale that goes with it. But right now, we're working on a comprehensive test of probably up to 30 questions, which I think are going to be even better than the ones that are in the manual, which is free. And so, anyway, you're welcome to that one. And I always have my teachers to use the manual, the standards manual, for 154, which is ESL, to complete this sheet as well. And they'd simply turn to the page indicated. It's just to fill in the blank at the beginning, just to acquire attention, and it's fun, and we talk through this, and it's just a slight review. And then number 2, the first one is list the 3 domains. And number 2 is from these 3 domains, which would pertain to the following classroom activities. And so I came up with these myself. And I went by the competencies, though, and I listed a whole lot of scenarios and activities that I know teachers are using in the content areas as well as the language arts. Spelling test, parent share activity, writing a paragraph, singing, Simon Says activity, students copy, repeating. Oh, the teacher reads the sentence out loud, then writes it on the board, then the students copy, repeating it. These are just lesson plan activities that teachers have, and then the teacher has to decide which competency which domain this goes with. It's fun and it's easy and it's great. Okay, then the standards. Now this one is a lot of fill in the blank, and this is using the CLOSE method, CLOZE, which I really like. And so I don't care if you have whatever degrees. It slows down advanced readers, like the teachers that are taking this test is what I'm talking about, so that they will actually remember the information. ESL 1, ESL 2, the standards. And these are page 5 of the manual. And so, what is the manual? Ta-da! The one that you can download on the computer. Okay, and so that is pretty much it. Now, I have a comprehensive PowerPoint, but of course I don't have any way of showing the PowerPoint with this type of a video. But I'm going to put this video on YouTube, and I'm hoping that it will just help everybody because the state of Texas is desperately in need of teachers. And so get out there and pass these tests. If you need the bilingual exit, which is 164, I offer training for that, and I have a very high passing rate. And I also offer the professional development, which is required of all teachers in Texas. That's the fundamental one, and it can be a little tricky. It has to do with a lot with law as well as theory, and that's called, and that's number 160. And of course, my favorite of all, I don't mind telling you, ESL teachers are my favorite, and this is my favorite one, 154, and this one is the English as a Second Language Supplemental. You can also call it the ESL Endorsement. Well, this is Dr. ClarkvonHeller coming to you from my home on the Mexican border in beautiful McAllen, Texas. Now, my email is ClarkvonHeller, ClarkvonHeller, ClarkvonHeller. And that's the same name on YouTube, that's the same name on everywhere, across the media, on Facebook, everything, ClarkvonHeller, ClarkvonHeller. And so my email is clarkvonheller@yahoo.co.uk. The reason for the UK is because I set it up in the UK years ago when I was working over there. And of course I studied ESL as well at Oxford. It's wonderful. So beautiful, Great Britain. Don't we love Great Britain? It's wonderful. Of course, we speak English language, so technically aren't we all Anglophiles? Okay. And what else? Telephone number 956-207-4299, but for texting only, if you don't mind. Okay, this is it. You can also subscribe to my channel, and we have over 200 videos. A lot of them are just silly videos, so don't expect them to be. And we don't edit the videos either. We have no way of doing it. I'm not that savvy with it, but we have a lot of fun. We have, I think, over 79,000 views, and that's wonderful. We've been to 22 countries. And we just returned, well, the making of this video is in April right now. And so our last major trip was to the country of Jordan, Israel, and Egypt, the pyramids. And I've been twice to Egypt and 3 times to Israel. So, but that's for another video. You'll see a lot of videos on my channel for that. Don't forget, ClarkvonHeller YouTube channel and ClarkvonHeller@yahoo.co.uk. And on Facebook, be sure to send me a friend request, ClarkvonHeller. That's all from now. Get out there, teachers, and pass the ESL exit. Make some money. Make people happy.